In the forest, the Neanderthal snapped awake, forehead beaded with sweat. Nothing around him had changed. He rubbed his eyes to clear his vision. He was in a world almost entirely swallowed by shadows, lit only by a glimmer of moonlight filtering through the cave entrance. Despite the dim light, he didn't notice anything out of place. He strained his ears, listening for howls, the heavy tread of bears, or the murmur of humans. But the night was silent and dead still. He let out a long sigh of relief and closed his eyes. Sleep wouldn't come back, maybe because a hazy nightmare had been clawing at him until that moment. He decided to stretch his legs, even though heading into the forest at night was suicide. Unlike the Sapiens, the Neanderthals only needed a sliver of light to move around without trouble, but plenty of things out there, like evil spirits, were night hunters, no different from bears or wolves. Neanderthals were strong, sure, but only compared to the Sapiens. The forest hid creatures that were way more powerful, or so they believed. By then it had stopped snowing. Dark shreds of clouds drifted across the sky. The faint moonlight shimmered on the surface of a frozen creek. The Neanderthal peered into the gloom between the trees. If something had moved a second ago, it was frozen now. He waited a few more seconds, then lowered his bow, easing the tension on the string. He was about to keep moving when a dark silhouette crossed his field of vision. He dropped instantly behind a trunk. He held his breath and peeked through the lower branches. The blurry image of a man carrying a little girl slowly came into focus. The man was a Sapiens, lanky and slow-moving. Owl-beaked nose, tiny eyes. The girl, also a Sapiens, was a poor little hunchback, frail with a gaunt face. When she resisted him, the man flew into a rage and forced her to give him a blowjob. Raising his bow, the Neanderthal aimed between the Sapien's shoulder blades and let an arrow fly. The man's body jerked violently. A thick spray of blood erupted from his mouth, splattering everything like a gruesome red rain. The girl let out a piercing scream, scrambled up through the snow and bolted. The Neanderthal notched another arrow, took aim, and fired. The girl tumbled forward. She landed on her hands, a searing pain ripping through her stomach. Slowly, real slowly, the Neanderthal grabbed her by the shoulder, flipped her onto her side, and raped her.